Okay, so December 7th, 2013. As promised, I have a tour of the other things. So it doesn't just seem like I'm focusing on the leak. In any event, this is my second room. I've used it as an office. I also came in and painted. That color didn't turn out so well, but nonetheless, you see. So I spent all this time painting. I was here, moved in July. In January, I noticed a crack. This is that interior wall, the supporting wall. The leak is in the front of this, but so I called and told them there was a leak, there was a crack, which I have photos of as well. And when Ralph came out and looked at it, I guess he didn't know I was from Buffalo, but he told me that the crack, which at the time was only about maybe a quarter of an inch, it was just getting bigger. He told me that there are cracks in all buildings crack because of the cold. So I let him tell me the whole story of why it was cracked. And then I laughed and said, you know, from Buffalo, New York, and we don't live in cracked houses. So, again, see how neat and tidy I am. So after about, I don't know, 5 or 6 phone calls, I guess they were still willing to fix something. So they sent out a bunch of guys, and this is what they left behind for me. They just slathered plaster all over. They've never come back to sand it down. This is what they left. The video does not show how thick it is on here, but I have the photos to show it wasn't this big. This looks like a massive crack. There's a crack. I should have just done it myself. This is where I learned my lesson that the construction guys that he sends aren't really construction guys. So you can see the tape has been peeling, and yeah, this has been here for 4 years. The reason I put up with it is because I had so many other bigger fish to fry with this guy. It's always something major, like no heat, big leaks, stairs crumbling. So what they also did is, can't really get the texture quality, but now what I'm going to do is travel into the bedroom, I'm sorry, the bathroom. And what you can see up here, this is where the crack was also, I don't know if you can get a good example. They put so much plaster on the wall that it's literally crumbling off, and it was so much more plaster, you still can't even see the leak, which is up at the top where the wall and the ceiling meet. So yeah, that's been there for 4 years as well. More plaster, more plaster, more plaster. That's what they do. They just kind of leave it. So with this leak, what Mitch said is that he wanted to come in. That's from another leak too. He wanted to come in, rip out the ceiling. They were going to tear up the ceiling, open the walls, and then they were going to plaster it back up and paint it for me. I don't know if I believe him, because as you can see, they didn't even try to fix water here. It was just because there was a wall crack. So we're going on, that's 4 years, maybe 5, I don't know. So I don't think they ever come back and actually paint anything, because when they did it in the bedroom, they left it the same. I just painted it myself. And you can't really see it, but see on the ceiling. So I had to sand it myself and repaint it because it looked just like this for a while. I have pictures of that too. So I don't know, do you think that living in construction, I'm already living with this, no heat, major leaks, and now they want to tear everything up. And, you know, of course they won't put plastic or anything or cover my belongings. They'll just stomp through it, which is what they did when they fixed this plaster here. So this is still that center, this is the center core of the apartment where the crack is. It's a structural issue. He doesn't want to address it. And Saturday morning, I had to do laundry. I had to move the towels. But still leaking. Sunny and dry out. So we're just taking a tour of the apartment of all the things that they've already mucked up a bit, things they haven't fixed, because I'm sick of getting these stories. And I have to move, and all of these recordings are to prove that I have no choice but to move. My lease does not end until, well, I don't really know when it ends because they seem to have a moving target on that. But I have no choice to move, and I'm sure anybody can appreciate that moving in December and January is probably oh, I tripped over my walk from yesterday. It is not an it's not nice to have someone have to move in December or January. So anyway, more documentation. Oh, it stinks in here. Okay.